Hello and welcome to Bits Box World, builds made easy. Welcome to the channel. Great to have you, especially if you're new. But thanks everybody for tuning in. My name's Tom and I've been going through on my channel the Hachette Partworks Combat Patrol issues that they release. I've signed up to the subscription. If you want to know how that subscription works, I've got an awesome video that you can go and check out for that. But this one here is the second part of the Combat Patrol Premium Kit 1. I've paid for the Premium Kit edition of the Combat Patrols, and with this Kit 1, I've already shown you how to build the Hive Tyrant that came in it, but now I'm going to have a go at building the Brutalis Dreadnought. I love a mechanical walker. These guys are so awesome, and yeah, they're probably some of my favourite models in the Warhammer world. Any kind of walker or mechanised field unit or anything like that. Anything that is just big and bulky and goes into the fight in some awesome suit. So with this Kit 1, you do get enough sprues to build the Hive Tyrant and the Dreadnought, but just to say, it only tells you how to build one variant of each of those models. You do get all the additional bits to build other aspects for these models, so just watch out for that. And I'm going to show you a way that I used so I can change up my Dreadnought for any circumstance that I wanted based on all those variants, and having the option to swap things in and out. So the Dreadnought comes on 2 sprues. There's tons and tons of bits on these 2 sprues. And yeah, get your clipping ready to build this up. So let's give it a go. And whilst I'm doing that, just wanted to let you in on some of the history for Dreadnoughts and having a bit of a chat about that as I build that guy up. So I last bought a Dreadnought probably in, I want to say, 6th edition. And I know that there's been a bit of creep in the size of things in the Warhammer 40k world. Any seasoned hobbyist here will know full well that Space Marines have changed in size over the years, and this was due to the fact that they re-released some new sculpts for Space Marines, I think in 2017, so that was in 8th edition, and they called them Primaris Space Marines, and then any of the original ones they got around the difference in look and said that they were the firstborns. In the lore they said that the chapters needed to be bulked out, so Guilliman, with the help of Belisarius Cawl, decided to make some new Space Marines to bulk up the chapters and make sure that they were still ready and fighting fit for battle. So the new Primaris Space Marines, they come up a bit more slender, and they're taller as well in these sculpts. You can still use your firstborn within the Warhammer 40,000 world though, so that's really cool. This guy's looking really nice though, making this model, building him up and getting him ready, but I can certainly see and tell that it's going to be a lot bigger than my old fashioned Dreadnought, but both will be good, and I still like both of them. Now this is the first bit that I'll point out, that you can get a variety of guns that fit onto your Dreadnought. So you could either have twin multi-melters or twin heavy bolters. Both are useful in different scenarios, and I like to have the ability to switch between if I want to. So I've got this bit of magnetic sheeting here, very flexible, and it can just be cut with scissors into a very small piece. It's got a sticky back on the back so you can stick it onto things, which is really useful. And I'm just going to cut out a really small strip and stick it in this bit of my model, and then using magnets I can stick or magnetize the guns on and have them able to be switched out, which is Super helpful, I think, anyway. Also, just when you're building this up as well, be aware that there's loads of bits that stay free and are movable. So that's things like the arms and those front mounted guns as well. They can move in place, so don't glue them down unless you want it to be in a static pose. You do get the flexibility to leave bits open to movement, which I think's a really nice touch. Really cool. I wanted to also just go over the stats of the Brutalist Dreadnought as well, just because I think this guy is really tough. He's got movement of 8 inches, toughness 10, an armor save of 2+, 12 wounds, but there is just a rule about that. When you get down to 1 to 4 wounds left on this guy, he does get worse at hitting things. He gets a -1 on his hit roll, and then he's got a leadership of 6+. And then with the variety of different weapons as well, this has a Brutalist bolt rifle, twin heavy bolters, twin iron hail heavy stubber, or twin multi-melter. So you do get tons of different options that you can put on there from the shooting perspective, which is why I'm figuring out with my magnets to give me a ability to switch things out. The other thing as well is the melee weapon. You can have either fists or talons as well, and I've left the option to be able to switch between those, and you'll see that later on in the video. Dreadnoughts, though, are some of the Space Marines' mightiest warriors. They're Space Marines that have been just absolutely obliterated in years of combat, and they've been left to be put in a walking sarcophagus to continue fighting, even when most other Space Marines would have fallen and died. These guys, they continue to battle on from a position of near death in their walking sarcophagus, and it's up to the Tech Marines of the chapter to awaken them, to get them ready to go to battle. This one comes in the premium kit with the Hive Tyrant, so this guy's been awoken to fight off the threat of a Hive Tyrant, and a Hive Tyrant is not something that is easily pushed aside. I love the fact, though, with putting the armor on the front of this Dreadnought, you can still see the little window that will give you a glimpse into the Space Marine inside, and that armor can open up as well and show you the sarcophagus that's within this hulking beast. That front armor plating as well, it is changeable. There's 2 options, which is why I've left this with the ability to mix it up and go with a different front option for whatever battle you want to do. Really nice there. The sculpts are awesome, but I like to have the option. So that's the second thing that you would want to leave, with the ability to change things up. So as I continue to collect my combat patrol for the Space Marines, I'm getting near the end of it with the issues that have been released to me, and I'll have the full combat patrol ready hopefully soon. I don't know what colour I want to paint this. Do I go with a traditional ultramarine, or do I go with my favoured Crimson Fist? They are my favourite chapter. Or do I go Imperial Fists? I really do like yellow. That's the colour of my High Elf army in the Warhammer Old World. Really liking yellow. Or I could go maybe for Iron Hands. I like them, but my Space Marines don't have robotic arms. Let me know in the comments below. What is your favourite chapter? What colour schemes have you gone with? And if you haven't liked the video up until this point, or joined my community, why not like and subscribe to the channel? It'd be great to have you as part of the Bitsbox World community. Dreadnoughts, though, are huge mechanised walkers capable of smashing tanks aside with their armoured fists. These guys really do pack a punch. Dreadnoughts are more than war machines, they are life support systems that allow wounded heroes of the chapter to fight on for centuries within an armoured sarcophagus. Brutalis dreadnoughts are configured for close quarter combat and can easily go toe to toe with the most terrifying monsters deployed to the battlefield. Even by those tyrannids, even the Hive Tyrant, this guy will be able to go for a good old battle with that guy. What you'll see now is I'm putting together the legs of this Dreadnought, and they have a movable option to allow you to make a more dynamic stance on your Dreadnought rather than just standing them up on the base. You can make them look walking or like they're stepping or something like that, but I'm going to use a stone that I've just grabbed from my garden and have him stepping up onto this stone. I thought, you know what, let's add a bit of extra class hopefully to the model. What I have to do though is these little nodules that plug into the leg, I've clipped them out so the leg is still movable, otherwise it stays in one position. I did that so I could stand it up on the rock, otherwise it wouldn't have stood there. But hopefully it's going to look decent. I do hope, and look like he's kind of trudging into the battle, stepping up on that stone. With this build I've left things open so I can switch weapons in and out, and it's worth having a chat about the differences in those weapons. So the one thing that is set with this model is the heavy stubber on the top, and that has a 36-inch range, 3 attacks, ballistic skill of 3+, and strength 4 with 1 damage dice. No AP on that one, but it's useful I guess for taking out hordes of enemies or flying stuff. Maybe it's an anti-flyer weapon, so you can use that. And then with the twin heavy bolters, they've got a 36-inch range, 3 attacks, 3+ ballistic skill, 5 strength, and -1 on the AP, 2 damage dice with those ones. The twin multi-melters, they are only 18-inch, so for close combat really. 2 attacks, 3+ ballistic skill, strength 9, so super good on the damage, -4 on AP, so nothing's really going to get armor, or a few things are going to only have a small amount of armor left. And it's got a D6 on the damage, which is really awesome. And then you also get on the arms the Brutalis bolt rifles as well. They're 24-inch range. They have 4 attacks, 3+ ballistic skill, strength 4, and -1 AP, 1 damage dice with those. The arms are coming together though, so these ones, as I said, they are movable. The wrist twists and also the elbow bends, so you can end up doing some really cool poses with that one. And there are a few different options that you can put on to the arms. So the Brutalis fists, they have 6 attacks, 3 weapon skill, 3+, 12 strength, and -2 AP, 3 damage dice. Really nice melee weapon. Compare that though to the talons. So you've got a couple of options with the talons. You can do either a strike attack or a sweep attack, and you need to select that before you actually target your enemy. The strike attack is 6 attacks, ballistic skill of 3+, strength 12, and -2 AP, 3 dice on that one. Whereas the sweep is 10 attacks. That's crazy. Ballistic skill 3+, strength 7, and -2 AP, 1 damage dice. With the talons though, you do lose the arm mounted bolt rifles as well, so just be aware of that. You see that little nodule on the arm there, that's where you can fit those weapons. And you'll see here the talons go on really nicely, and they look awesome. Really big claws, or you can put on just the fists as well, but the fists do come with the twin link bolt guns. And with the hands, they do just slot over, so I've just left them with the ability to slot over. This is my magnetized chassis guns here, so I can change out my multi-melters for my bolt guns if I really want to, or I can leave them there. Being magnetized on, they're movable up and down. Can close up the chassis there, the armor front plating, and change that front plating if I really want to, which is really cool. And he's looking awesome. I really like this model. He is massive though, absolutely massive. And I like the fact that he's got so many different variants that you can have ready for each fighting scenario, which is cool. The magnets and the magnetized sheeting that I've used for this guy, I just got them off Amazon. They're not that expensive, but I would just say make sure you're getting some decent high-powered magnets as well, because they do come with different standards, and if you have weak magnets, you'll find things falling off and not holding things correctly. The fists look cool, and they do come, as I say, with the arm mounted heavy bolter, and that looks really nice. I love the fact that things can move around. It's a bit more like an action figure, and they just clip on over the top. I'm toying up with the idea of doing some magnetization there and using some of that magnetic sheeting, but they do just clip on if you've glued them nice and tightly. And then when you put the talons on, they do have this other armband as well, which just covers up that part there. But this guy is so nice. But look at this in comparison to my old school Dreadnought. Goodness me. I mean, that Dreadnought I've had for probably 15-16 years, so forgive the painting. It looks alright, but it's about half the size. I like the fact though, with the old guys, you did have the ability to switch things out. So it had twin linked las cannons as an arm variant. It also had a twin linked auto cannon, a power fist, and also some missile launchers. And you had the option of putting on a flamer onto one of the arms and a storm bolter. So these guys really could do some awesome damage, and I really quite like it. But let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the creep in the size of things? And are you a purist with the firstborns, or do you like the Primaris new guys, or do you not really care? Well, thanks for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in another one soon. Thanks for watching Bitsbox World, builds made easy.